I was told years ago that two people moving in the same direction are unstoppable. You guys ever heard that before, yes or no? See, we bought into that. I mean, we didn't just say, oh, that sounds good. But see, we bought into it hook, line, and sinker. When they said you got to show up to meetings together, we showed up to meetings together. Now, I know it's not always easy. I know there's babysitting situations. I know there's all kinds, stub toes, There's all kinds of situations. Everybody's got a situation. One thing I can say that me and Karma are very proud of is that we've been to every op night, every Saturday training for the last 16 years together. See, we believed what they were telling us. We believed that two hearts deciding to change our life together, we believed that there was only one way, and that one way was to do it together. That's what we believed. See, like I said, we were a couple of young kids just trying to grow up, just trying to make a better life for ourselves. It wasn't always easy. Please, if you're sitting in the audience today, please don't ever think that anybody that gets up on stage is perfect. Don't you ever think that we don't fight. Don't you ever think that we don't argue. Don't you ever think that we don't have those really tough situations, those tough talks back at the room. You're not the only one. We're just like you. The only difference is that we were absolutely committed for a better life, and we knew that that commitment was going to be tough, but it was going to be worth it. See, we're just a couple of best friends in love trying to build a better life. The one thing I can tell you is that you got to do it your way. Figure out what your partnership roles are. Figure it out and do it your way. It's okay. Whatever your way is, do it your way. But figure out a way and be committed, absolutely committed to that way. You got to communicate, talk to each other. You got to have some fun with each other. And you got to believe in each other. See, we wanted to set an example that would represent Primerica well. We have a responsibility, every partnership in this room, we have a responsibility to set a great example of a great partnership, an example of commitment and dedication. Setting an example is not the main way of influencing others, it's the only way of influencing others. So I challenge you to be the best that you can be, create the greatest partnership that you can create. And now I'd like to introduce my incredible, hot partner, and my best friend, partner in business and in life, the great Karma Alonzo.
Good morning, all you partners out there. I wanted to share a little bit of background on me and Daniel in case you don't know us. I met Daniel when I was 16 in high school. I met him at a backyard party, the kind you go to with your red Solo cup. That's where we met, and we've been together ever since then. We didn't grow up with a lot of money. My parents were teenage parents when they had me. And yes, Karma is my real name. My parents were hippies, and that's how I got the name. So when we got into Primerica, Daniel had gone to a meeting before I did, and he said, okay, you need to come with me to this meeting. So I went with him to this meeting. He's like, okay, you need to turn in your IBA. I said, no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to college. I'm going to be the first person in my family to graduate college. He's like, no, you're going to do your IBA because I need a promotion and I need 3 recruits, so you're going to be one of my recruits. So that's how my career and my road to partnership started here. And I just wanted to share with you partners out there the things that I have learned to maybe make your life and your growth here a little bit easier. And the first thing that you need to do is you need to show up to every event on time, because you're setting the example for all the partners in your business. It could be a good example or it could be a bad example, but you are the leader and it's going to be whatever you want. You have to do it first. Number 2, you need to learn the business. Turn in your IBA, go through the licensing process, go on some training appointments, know how the paperwork works, learn what a chargeback is and how to avoid it, because the last time I checked, the the check goes into our joint checking account, So it's my business too. I need to know what's going on. Another thing you can do with your partner is you can have a positive attitude. I think I'm really good at letting things go. I don't hold on to stuff for very long because I don't want to spend my life with that feeling in my stomach of like, ugh, the anger or the hurt. So I'm pretty good at letting things go. And if you're married to somebody like I am, like the type A, they get all crazy and they get mad really fast and then it's over. So we're really good at letting things go in our life because at the end of the day, it's not really that important, So let it go. If you have an issue with your partner or somebody in your office, you need to resolve it and let it go. It's not worth it. I heard that, a happy marriage is based on two forgiving people, and you need to remember that maybe the next time something doesn't go the way you wanted it to. Be forgiving. Have your goals written down, know what your why is and what you're fighting for, because if you don't know what it is, how are you going to get it? And I wanted to share with an example with you guys. When I was in high school, when I met Daniel, I used to write on my paper, like Karma Alonzo, like what was my signature going to look like if we were married? So it's really, really important that you write down your goals. I didn't even know what I was doing back then, but it worked. You need to be willing to invest in yourself. You can read, you can listen to audios, you can watch CDs, you can go on POL. There's so many ways out there to get better. There's really no excuses for it. And in the end, you're just going to be proud and more confident. And you need to know that it's okay not to be exactly like your partner. Daniel and I are very opposite on a lot of things, but on our core values, we're exactly the same. We both want great things, and we want to raise great children, have a great life, and a wonderful business. And you need to understand, he kind of went over this today, that you're going to fight, and that's okay. That's when you find out what kind of character you have. Are you a quitter? Do you have negative thinking? Are you a champion, and you're going to figure it out? You need to surround yourselves with great people. We always try to pick married people with great families. We don't want to be hanging around a bunch of single, partying, negative people, because that's not who we want to be. Married couples that have great lives, and he touched on a couple of people today that have really changed our life. They bring value to us, and we want to be able to do that for you guys. You have to be committed here, and when we said our wedding vows, it was till the death. Not mine, but someone's death. There's no giving up here. And he always tells me, Carmen, no matter what you do, I'm always going to love you. And I'm like, okay. But that's not him giving me permission to go ahead and be a jerk and do whatever I want. That's him letting me know, hey, Carmen, if you make a mistake, it's okay. I love you, and we're going to work it out. And I wanted to end with this, you guys. My favorite Bible verse is Jeremiah 29:11, and it goes like this. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Well, guys, Primerica is our future. We are here to prosper, and we are here to help people. It's up to you today to make that decision. How is it going to benefit your life being in Primerica, and who are you going to help? Your children and your family are counting on you. Your team is counting on you, and we're here to help you any way that we can. We love being in business with you guys. Thank you very much. See you in Boca.